Hello, today a short video on the tier list of supplements for the recreational lifter, aka 90% of all lifters out there. However, when you carry 3 times the muscle mass of an average human being, you very likely know what you are doing, and this type of video is not for you. However, everyone wants an easy way to look good and get to their goals fast, and people and companies regularly capitalize on that human tendency to seek shortcuts and therefore sell you all kinds of crap that you do not actually need. And lifting is no exception, quite the contrary. Supplements are everywhere out there. But what of the vanilla type of supplement is actually useful, and what belongs into the trash and is a huge waste of money? So let's find out and order all the most common supplements from least useful to most useful for the average person. Okay, the first type of supplement that is the least useful out there is the recent hype supplement. A good example are pine pollens, for which some bro science study has shown that it increases testosterone by a little bit. However, this study is obviously wrong. Nonetheless, people buy that stuff all the time. There was a recent hype in Germany, 2 or 3 years ago. This type of supplement is actually completely useless and does not increase your testosterone. Your choice is either to completely replace your natural testosterone production by something artificial or not supplement anything at all. And the wise choice would be not to supplement anything at all. And there's a huge variety of products in this category, and it's best to avoid them as they are most of the time a huge waste of money and just designed to cater for very impatient people that believe they buy themselves some kind of advantage that does not exist. The next type of supplement that is a waste of money for most people are vitamins and minerals. However, when you are deficient, strongly consider buying them, but you should visit your doctor and find out if you are actually deficient in those things. However, if you eat a somewhat healthy diet with some vegetables a week and some fruit a week, it is incredibly difficult to get a deficiency in those type of things. Therefore, most vitamins and minerals, supplements at least, belong into the trash. The next thing is fish oil and omega-3 supplements. And with a standard Western diet, most people get far too much omega-6 and saturated fats and far too less omega-3 fatty acids. However, the ratio between those two seems to be quite important when it comes to health. And the easiest way to fix that with changing the least about your actual diet is to supplement omega-3 fatty acids to fix that problem. However, you can also fix it in a natural way by eating fatty types of fish. The next entry in this list is a special vitamin, and it is a vitamin D3 plus K2. It is in that sense special that it is not in the same bin as all the other vitamins. Vitamin D3 is created from vitamin D via sunlight. However, when you live in a very unsunny area, for example the northern parts of Europe, you might very well be deficient in vitamin D3. However, you should visit your doctor and find out, and only supplement those things when you display symptoms of a vitamin D3 deficiency. It is never a good idea just to take something in advance and hope you can prevent some kind of deficiency that you likely do not have. You should also make sure that the supplement you are taking also contains some vitamin K2, as it has been shown that huge amounts of D3 without K2 can lead to some bone problems, for example. The next entry in this list is creatine. And creatine does various things in the body. For example, it increases the muscle circumference by adding water to the muscle. And this leads to somewhat better leverages in many lifts. Further, it supplies some additional ATP for the first 15 seconds of lifting, and therefore you can do a little bit more lifting. And therefore you could, in theory, progress a little bit harder because you can do a little bit more. However, most people don't do that, and creatine has a very tiny effect in comparison. It's maybe 1 to 5% more weight lifted, for example. In the high-end spectrum of lifters, it makes quite a big difference, but for most recreational lifters, it can just as well be omitted. And in essence, creatine is also part of a regular diet if you eat lots of fish and beef and some types of cheese. However, it is very difficult to eat enough of it, therefore it might be a good idea to skip it altogether. And the last entry in this list is protein powders and protein supplements. Protein powders are in that sense important that many people struggle to get enough protein within their diets. And a very convenient and easy way to get enough is to just, well, opt in for some powders or some shakes and drink the protein or eat it in some kind of cereal if you really need it. Changing all your diet at once from a very, well, unhealthy no protein diet to a very healthy protein sufficient diet can be very difficult, and for the transitionary period, supplementing some additional protein powder might actually be a good idea. Okay, and in summary, it is very difficult for an average human being to get too little vitamins and minerals. Try to get everything you need from real food, as you actually can do that, with the slight exception of vitamin D3 and K2 if you live in a very unsunny area and maybe have a very tanned skin or a very dark skin type. Okay, but let's now come to the takeaway points. What have we learned today? First, if you have a very specific deficiency, all supplements can have their place. However, on average, most supplements are completely useless and a huge waste of money. If you eat an even remotely healthy diet and are in a healthy weight range, you get very likely everything you need. And Arnold and other lifters from the older areas looked great back then and only had a fraction of the supplements we have nowadays. And only deficit supplements are really useful. Everything that your body can produce on its own will lead to adaptations in the production of the body. AKA, you can only replace the entire production of your body and not add some, well, a little bit to it. And in summary, whey, vitamin D3 plus K2, creatine, and sometimes fish oil can have a place as a staple in a recreational lifter's diet. All the other supplements can usually be consumed without much harm, but are ultimately useless and a waste of money. The supplement game is a game for people that look for shortcuts that do not exist, or for people on the very high-end spectrum of muscle loss. Okay, and that's pretty much it for today. I hope you learned something, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you feel like I misrepresented something, feel free to let me know in the comment section and let other viewers benefit from your wisdom. But until then, I wish you a pleasant day and goodbye.